Imagine stepping back into mid-century America, roadside eateries dotting the highways, bustling lunch counters in department stores, and coffee shops where regulars sipped from ceramic mugs while savoring sandwiches that now seem like ghosts of the past. Today we'll explore 10 American sandwiches once cherished by baby boomers and Gen X diners, creations that reflected the optimism, experimentation, and evolving tastes of a bygone era. These sandwiches are gone from mainstream menus, but their stories linger in old commercials, menu cards, and the memories passed along by those who tasted them. Number 1. Howard Johnson's Toasted Denver Sandwich. The mixture required finely chopped ham of moderate saltiness, diced peppers and onions with a subtle sweetness, and beaten eggs that were gently cooked until fluffy yet firm. The bread underwent uniform toasting for crisp edges and warm, slightly chewy interiors. Precise cooking times ensured that no single ingredient overpowered the rest, maintaining a balanced flavor. Short-order cooks trained extensively to replicate the same texture and aroma, no matter which location guests visited. The final result appealed to diners seeking a solid, filling option that combined recognizable components into a single handheld meal. This sandwich's presence on the menu reflected the brand's strategy of offering practical, hearty fare, suited to different dining periods, including breakfast, midday breaks, and early supper hours. Standardized portion sizes ensured consistency. Patrons often paired it with simple sides, like lightly seasoned potatoes or a small salad. It did not rely on elaborate garnish or premium ingredients, focusing instead on comfort and approachability. It offered a dependable taste profile that resonated across regional lines, appealing to both loyal customers familiar with the chain's hallmark offerings and newcomers discovering the menu for the first time. Its preparation required attentive care, from dicing each element uniformly to monitoring heat levels with precision. Employees valued the item's straightforward assembly because it allowed for timely service during busy travel seasons. The careful layering method, placing egg mixture between two evenly toasted bread slices, provided portability and ease of handling. It satisfied those craving a warm dish rich in protein and mild savory notes without straying into overly adventurous territory. While never becoming a flagship signature item, it supported the chain's overarching image of reliability and familiarity. Regular menu evaluations seldom resulted in its removal, since steady orders indicated lasting customer approval. This continuity helped reinforce brand recognition and the sense that travelers could stop by without risking culinary disappointment. Over the years, slight variations in ingredient sourcing may have occurred, but managers ensured taste remained consistent. Its straightforward composition enabled efficient inventory management, minimizing waste. Keeping preparation steps uncomplicated also streamlined training for new staff. The sandwich upheld a legacy of practical dining solutions in an era where roadside restaurants aimed to please broad audiences with recognizable, comforting options. Its ability to satisfy hunger with minimal fuss made it a quietly enduring choice, integral to the broader tapestry of mid-century American roadside dining experiences. Number 2, Schrafft's Chicken Salad Sandwich. Schrafft's Chicken Salad Sandwich involved carefully selected chicken breast, poached at a controlled temperature to ensure tenderness, then cut into uniform, bite-sized pieces to achieve consistent texture. Each batch required blending freshly made mayonnaise with subtle hints of lemon juice and a mild seasoning mix designed to complement rather than overshadow the meat's natural flavor. Crisp celery, finely diced to even dimensions, provided a delicate crunch, while occasional additions of grapes, walnuts, or lightly brined pickles varied regionally, reflecting local preferences. White sandwich bread, sourced from trusted bakeries, underwent a gentle toasting process that warmed its surface without compromising softness inside. Workers assembled each sandwich by evenly distributing the chicken salad, ensuring no section tasted too dry or overly rich. The final plate presentation often included a few lettuce leaves, arranged for visual appeal, avoiding cluttered garnishes. Schraff's staff followed standardized recipes, so patrons would recognize the same satisfying profile across multiple locations. Number 3. Chock-full o' nuts, date nut bread and cream cheese sandwich. Layers of moist date nut bread featured finely chopped dates chosen for consistent sweetness and a rich caramel-like depth. Nuts were selected to provide a delicate crunch without overshadowing the bread's soft texture. The baking process required exact temperature control to maintain ideal moisture, preventing the loaf from becoming dense or crumbly. Cream cheese underwent a gentle whipping to create a smooth, airy spread that applied evenly across each slice. Cooks ensured balanced proportions so neither component dominated, allowing subtle fruitiness and delicate tanginess to meld harmoniously. Cutting the sandwich into neatly portioned halves made it convenient for busy urban professionals who grabbed a quick bite during crowded lunchtime hours. Portions remained uniform, ensuring customers developed trust in the predictable taste and texture. Storage conditions demanded proper wrapping methods to preserve freshness, while rapid turnover guaranteed no lingering staleness. The combination of familiar dairy notes and naturally sweet bread created a memorable culinary hallmark unlike ordinary offerings. Number 4. Horn and Hard Art, Automat's Baked Beans Sandwich. Thick slices of white bread offered a stable base that prevented sogginess, while warm baked beans blended softly into each bite. The beans originated from a carefully managed supply of dried legumes, soaked overnight to ensure proper tenderness. They simmered slowly with mild seasonings, often a hint of molasses providing subtle sweetness against the gentle saltiness. Cooks monitored consistency, making certain the final mixture spread evenly without excess liquid. Serving staff restocked these sandwiches frequently to maintain freshness, especially during midday rushes when lines moved quickly. Patrons found this option appealing due to its hearty texture and simple preparation that avoided more complicated fillings. The bread's interior surface sometimes received a very light toasting for added resilience, ensuring that consumers could enjoy each half without crumbling. Its price point usually remained affordable, making it accessible to a broad segment of urban dwellers who valued efficiency. This reliable choice aligned with the practical habits of diners who favored straightforward flavors. Number 5. Burger King's Yumbo Ham and Cheese Sandwich. Thinly sliced ham was layered precisely to maintain uniform thickness, ensuring that each portion tasted consistent from one location to another. Mild American cheese melted smoothly over the warm ham, blending its creamy texture with the meat's subtle smokiness. The bread used was soft but structurally stable, keeping moisture at bay so the filling wouldn't seep through. Preparation methods required careful timing. Brief heating cycles locked in flavor without making the cheese overly runny. Early marketing campaigns highlighted that this item provided an alternative for guests looking beyond burgers. Pricing stayed competitive, appealing to those who wanted a savory choice without straying too far from familiar fast food comfort. Employees learned to assemble these sandwiches efficiently during peak hours, maintaining quality under time pressure. Packaging featured simple wrapping that allowed for easy handling in cars or on foot. Customer feedback often cited its straightforward composition as a welcome change in a beef-centric environment. Menu boards emphasized its approachable name, while seasonal promotions sometimes adjusted portion sizes. Some franchise operators tested slight ingredient variations, though corporate guidelines generally discouraged significant deviations. Storage conditions demanded that ham slices remain chilled properly until use, and cheese sheets were rotated frequently to preserve freshness. This menu item benefited from evolving kitchen equipment that made heating processes more consistent. Market research indicated that segments of the consumer base appreciated its mild profile, finding reassurance in something that avoided heavy sauces. The overall taste balanced salty ham notes with creamy cheese, producing an accessible flavor combination not requiring complicated condiments. Over time, its presence influenced perceptions of what a fast food chain could offer beyond standard fare, shaping discussions on menu diversity. Its introduction and subsequent distribution underscored the importance of experimenting with non-beef items, even if they occupied a smaller niche. Inventory management ensured ingredients remained readily available, minimizing shortages. The product's name, memorable in its simplicity, contributed to brand recognition. Some local advertising mentioned it as a quick, familiar option suited to adults seeking a modest indulgence. Its limited complexity also helped reduce preparation errors, which bolstered customer confidence in reliability. Operational logs noted that peak demand often coincided with midday visits, suggesting it served as a midday reprieve, neither too heavy nor too bland. Such observations assisted long-term planning, inspiring periodic menu revivals aimed at tapping into nostalgia. Its legacy persists as an example that even straightforward sandwiches can impact brand identity. Number 6. Arby's Early Clubhouse Sandwich. Slices of tender turkey breast were trimmed to maintain a uniform shape, ensuring balanced layers that met precise internal standards. Crisp bacon strips, cooked to a point where the fat turned delicately translucent, added savory depth. Bright green lettuce leaves were selected for freshness and crunch, while firm, ripe tomato slices contributed a hint of acidity. A light smear of mayonnaise served as a subtle binding agent, uniting the components without dominating their flavors. The bread underwent a gentle toasting process, lending warmth and slight crispness to each bite. Kitchen staff followed strict assembly procedures to achieve the correct ratio of ingredients, allowing distinct textures to emerge in every mouthful. Early promotional materials emphasized that this option provided customers with a well-rounded alternative to their iconic roast beef. Internal reports suggested the sandwich attracted diners who craved variety, demonstrating that a carefully balanced layering of poultry, produce, and modest condiments could satisfy broader tastes. Number 7. White Tower's Egg Salad Sandwich. Staff boiled fresh eggs in controlled batches, peeling them carefully to maintain consistency. Each egg was diced into even pieces, ensuring a balanced texture that combined creaminess with slight firmness. A mild dressing blended smooth mayonnaise with a hint of finely ground mustard powder, just enough to enhance the richness without overpowering subtle flavors. Salt and a measured dash of pepper brought out the egg's natural taste, while tiny flecks of celery added a quiet crunch that prevented the mixture from feeling too heavy. Bread chosen for this sandwich was sliced to a moderate thickness, soft enough to complement the filling without turning soggy. Portions followed a strict ratio, with just enough egg salad per slice so every bite felt uniform. Storage practices involved maintaining chilled conditions until final assembly. Customers typically ordered this item during midday, appreciating its simplicity and gentle flavor profile. Prepared to order, it arrived ready for immediate enjoyment. Number 8. Delight's Turkey and Sprout Sandwich. Thin slices of lean turkey offered a low-fat protein base, arranged gently to avoid tearing delicate sprouts. The sandwich's foundation typically involved whole-grain bread chosen for its firmer texture and subtle nutty flavor, ensuring stable layering and easier handling. Light spreads, often reduced-fat mayonnaise or a mild dressing, balanced moisture levels without overpowering the ingredients. Fresh alfalfa sprouts provided a crisp, earthy accent that contrasted with the smoothness of the turkey. Staff followed strict guidelines to handle these delicate greens, storing them under controlled humidity to retain their vibrant color and snappy bite. Preparation routines emphasized careful assembly, aligning each element so no single taste dominated. Inventory management considered the relatively short shelf life of sprouts, requiring precise forecasting to reduce waste. Packaging aimed to maintain the integrity of the bread and fillings during transport. Menu boards sometimes highlighted calorie comparisons, reflecting the era's growing interest in lighter fare. Customers often perceived this option as a cleaner, fresher choice that aligned with emerging dietary trends. Number 9. Hardee's French Toast Sandwich. Slices of bread received a dip in a subtly sweet egg batter before being griddled to a delicate crisp, forming the framework for this morning item. Filling options included a warm egg patty, often combined with either sausage or bacon, and a slice of mild American cheese that melted evenly into the layers. Preparation demanded precise temperature control. Too little heat risked sogginess, while excessive temperature dried the bread. Cooks adjusted cooking times according to traffic patterns to maintain freshness. Maple-infused flavors sometimes accompanied the final product, though not every location standardized this practice. Packaging considered moisture retention, so wrapping materials balanced the need for portability with preserving the bread's fluffy interior. Customer feedback occasionally noted that portions worked best as a quick handheld meal during commutes. Early promotional materials aimed at diners who desired a sweet, savory blend without committing fully to sugary pastries. Internal evaluations monitored ingredient costs, comparing yields and customer satisfaction. Number 10. Red Barn's Seafood Salad Sandwich. Shredded whitefish or lightly seasoned surimi provided the primary protein base, blended into a smooth yet slightly fibrous texture. Cooks combined these flakes with finely diced celery, adding crisp contrast that broke up the creamy profile. A mild mayonnaise dressing bound the mixture, measured precisely to avoid sogginess. White bread chosen for this sandwich had a tender crumb, soft enough to cradle the filling without tearing. Each assembled unit underwent a brief resting period, allowing flavors to settle before serving. Refrigeration protocols mandated careful temperature control, ensuring seafood components stayed fresh and safe. Employees learned strict portioning techniques, using standardized scoops to maintain consistency. Lettuce leaves between bread and filling formed a protective layer, preventing excess moisture transfer. Internal notes mentioned that it appealed to customers seeking lighter menu choices distinct from typical fried staples. Subtle seasoning avoided overwhelming the delicate seafood notes, producing a gentle flavor profile that encouraged repeat orders.